Hey, this is the Daily Overpass. My name is Eric and I make apps. Now today I want to talk about our badges of shame that are gathering dust. So I talk to a lot of different business owners, either through networking or sometimes they're clients of mine, and a lot of times we'll talk about videos and YouTube and just video marketing. Sometimes it's because they see one of the videos I've done in the past, or sometimes we just talk about marketing in general and we talk about video along with it. And a lot of the business owners I speak to say, I've been meaning to start video, but I just haven't started yet, right? And I'm like very encouraging because I'm like, it's difficult to get started because you're just really putting yourself out there, but you should do it. I think every business, anyone who owns a business out there should be doing video, if not daily, I mean, no, ridiculous, but at least doing something on video. And most business owners see the value of it and intend to do it, but they don't get started. And at least on 2 different occasions, I've heard the same thing, which was, I've even bought a really nice camera and it just sits there gathering dust like a badge of shame. Like it's something I look at and every time I see it, it's like a badge of shame because I haven't done it. And I laugh at that. And the reason I laugh is not because, oh, I do videos every day and you can't. No, that's not it, because I was in the exact same situation. Let me show you my badge of shame here. This is a Logitech C920. This is at the time it was a really nice webcam. I think it's still a really nice webcam. It's still one of the really good ones. And I bought this with the full intention of doing YouTube videos, and it was about 2 years before I ever used it. It sat there on my computer. I didn't even use it for Skype calls or anything because I just used the one on the MacBook. And it sat there for 2 years before I ever got up the courage to use it. And I made all these excuses why I didn't. Like, oh, I need to write a script and I need to get the lighting right and there was all these reasons not to do it. But really all I had to do was turn it on. In fact, I didn't even need the camera. I had a phone that took really good video too, but it was more that resistance to getting started. And this was my badge of shame for a long time until I finally forced myself to start using it. And of course, since then, I've got all kinds of other cameras. I mean, I could bore you to tears with all the cameras that I've bought over the past several years and camera equipment, but this was the start. This was the start, and despite the fact that I bought the camera with a full intention to use it, I thought, I'll pay a little bit of extra money, get a nice webcam, and then I'll start using it. I still didn't. I found an excuse every single time, and I think we all have that. So, I told you before that last year I did 20 New Year's resolutions and this year I only did 1. So I only have 1 New Year's resolution, which is to meditate every day. And to be honest with you, I've already missed a couple of days, but I'm trying to stay on it. So for years I've been reading about meditation. I've read so many books about meditation and have never done it consistently, right? So I've watched so many YouTube videos. I mean, the amount of time that I put into learning how to meditate and then not meditating, it's ridiculous. So I've read books on, you know, the meditation through breath, meditation through mantras, everything, and the benefits of meditation and calm and everything like that. I just haven't done it, right? And at one point I even thought, maybe the problem is that sitting in a chair is just not good. I need something else, maybe. And then I went onto Amazon and I bought something which is my current badge of shame, just like the camera was before. And I'm going to show it to you, despite the fact that it's even a bit embarrassing for me. This is a meditation stool. I bought this 3 years ago and it sat in the corner of my office gathering dust. This is my badge of shame. This is the thing where I thought I was going to meditate, and I even got a stool for it. I got a stool so I'll sit down there, and then I'll be like, that was my problem, right? My problem wasn't that my problem wasn't lack of motivation. I just didn't have the right equipment. So then I went out and bought the stool. And then it sat there gathering dust, and it still gathers dust because now I've started the meditation. I just prefer to use the chair, but it's there. It's there to remind me that we all have these good intentions. We buy stuff and we fully intend to use them, but then other things come up, and it's never like I never admit to myself that I'm just you know, I don't have the motivation to do it. It's always like, I'm really busy. I have all this time. I just don't have time to do it, but I have to make time to do it the same way I have to make time to do the videos. And we all have these things that are badges of shame. And it's not the only one. There's other things around the office which I purchased thinking, okay, this is gonna be my new thing. And you know, it's getting to the point where it's even like when I buy something new, I don't tell anyone until I start using it. And it kind of encourages me to start using it because I don't want to have that thing gathering dust, and I just, as a constant reminder, like, hey, remember you said you were going to do that one thing. So the reason I'm telling you this and admitting this to you is because we all have this, and because we're at the beginning of the year, it's good to think about these kind of things that you intended to do. You may even bought something about it or committed to something and haven't followed through, because we all do that. We all do that. We all face resistance, and it's just there. So if you have something, like you bought a really nice camera with the intention of doing YouTube videos, get started. I mean, you're going to be bad at first with everything. I'm bad at meditation, and that's one of the things. It's hard to get started because my mind is all over the place, but that's part of the process, apparently. And you get better at things as you go, but you have to get through those early parts where you suck. If you haven't started doing an app yet and you're watching these videos because you're thinking, I'm going to start an app, but you haven't started yet because whatever reason, you're still reading the book, you're still doing this, you're still doing that, get started. You learn through doing, and it's easy to say, but I'm just as guilty as everybody else, committing to something and not following through. But that's where we have to stop and check ourselves every so often and think, what have I bought and not committed to? Am I prepared to throw this thing away because I'm never going to use it, or do I still hold out hope that I'm going to use this one day? So my question to you guys, if you are brave enough to admit it, do you have a badge of shame that's sitting there gathering dust that you fully intended to use but haven't yet? Because I think we all do. Or maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm just, foolish with my money or whatever. Anyway, if you're willing to put it in the comments what your badge of shame is. And that is it for today. I will talk to you guys again tomorrow.